Not gonna lie, Benny just had a full-blown meltdown because I didn't give her spicy chicken. Yep. You know what? At least one of my kids will eat chicken without arguing with me. Or a boatload of ketchup. Let's get this podcast started. Back to Not Gonna Lie, a Wave original brought to you by WhatsApp. The best group chats happen on WhatsApp. Speaking of, I have a very special surprise I'm gonna reveal a little later in the episode that real ones and fans of Caleb Heron. What? Who said that? Are gonna be pumped about. Seriously, who said that? I believe that's what they call a tease. I'm your host, Kylie Kelce. I once had a sandwich named after me at Wawa. That shouldn't have happened, but also I love that it did. My husband and his brother played against each other in a Super Bowl one time. And the latest place Kylie has no business being, that's right, the U.S. Olympic curling team trials in Sioux Falls, South Dakota. I'm not kidding. We went there. It was awesome. Some of the real ones might have seen some photos going around of Jason and me at the curling trials. As you can see from this photo, we did have... As you can see from this photo, we did have Queen Emma and a camera crew with us. So I'm just going to go ahead and let you guys fuck around and find out on this one. Stay tuned. February isn't that far away. What? Who said that? Weird. I will say, as you can see from this photo, we are actually standing on a sheet of ice. And I'm not going to tell you, I'm not going to be, spoiler alert. We're going to find out together whether or not I ate shit. I'll give you a hint. No, I'm not. I'm not going to give you a hint. Fucking watch the FAFO episode, jackass. All right. Coming up on today's episode, two of my greatest passions, Philadelphia sports and dogs. She was right on cue. She literally was like, oh, hey, mom, what are you doing? Here, put your face in here. It's a baby dog. Coming up on today's episode, two of my greatest passions, Philadelphia sports and dogs, have united for a very special Doom Scroll of the Week. There's also a new TikTok trend using the Jackass intro music in a way I can definitely get behind. You'll see what I mean. After that, I'm going to be joined right here by actress, entrepreneur, TikTok sensation, and yet another person, you guessed it, I have no business speaking to. Lily Reinhart. She's starring in a brand new show, and I'm so excited to talk to her. Squirrel! There's literally, it's so little! I shit you not. Okay, average size squirrel? The squirrel I just saw. It was so little. It was so cute. And there is a joke in there somewhere about average. You would call this average? Cut that. Keep it in. Fuck it. Keep it in, Brad. I'll give you an extra 5 minutes if you keep that in. But first, let's get into some NGL announcements. Starting with this one, next week on Tuesday, not Thursday. It goes against every fiber of my being, but I'm putting out another. Why'd you make it yell? Queen Emma wants me to do it the way she wrote it. So I'm going to do it the way she wrote it. And then I'm going to do it the way I want to read it. And we'll see which one's better. Next week on Tuesday, not Thursday, in honor of Thanksgiving, it goes against every fiber of my being, but I'm putting out another solo episode! I hate that we were on the same page. Okay. The way I would prefer to read that sentence is next week on Tuesday, not Thursday, Tuesday. In honor of Thanksgiving, it goes against every fiber of my being, but I'm putting out another solo episode. That's right. Don't you fucking dare. Note from the desk of Queen Emma, because we know how great this always goes. Hey girl, you said you'd think about Thanksgiving as your next solo, so I took it as an enthusiastic and resounding yes. Okay, love you lots. P.S. Thoughts on a cool 60? No presh, but kind of presh. Cool. Got it. There's going to start to be like a bartering system that happens here. And I'm just going to let you guys know it's going to involve Queen Emma being on camera a lot more than she would like. So, fuck you, Queen Emma. So once again, next week's solo Thanksgiving episode will come out on Tuesday, November 25th. Now, that's because Thanksgiving is on Thursday. If you want to listen to me while you, never mind. It was going to be inappropriate. It was going to be about what you're going to do to the turkey. If you want to end up listening to the episode on Thursday while you're just the turkey, we should blur that. Then that is entirely up to you. Happy Thanksgiving. And once again, I'm going to answer a bunch of your Ask Me Some Things questions. Please send in all your questions for me about Thanksgiving, family, football, green bean casserole. Yes. Bearded beings. Comment on YouTube, Spotify, or any social media at NGL with Kylie. Next up, let's shout out a couple Real One comments of the week brought to you by Bigelow Tea. Take a moment just for you. You know I love to do that, specifically with the Earl Grey. Unreal. It's so good. Earl Grey, I don't steep it for that long of a time. And I either a little sugar or a little honey. That's it. That's all I need. Okay. First up, I can't get over just how many comments there were about my hair last week. Seriously, guys, what the hell? First of all, it makes it seem as though I never do it. So anyway, let's read these comments. K Murphs 13. Kylie, who did your hair? Because I know you didn't do it yourself, but it looks fab. Fire emoji. Hearts. I'm so sorry to tell you this, K Murphs 13. It was certainly me. It was me. I grew up in the YouTube era of millennial. And I'm going to tell you right now, I loved a YouTube tutorial. I loved it. I wasn't going out to parties on weekends, but I was perfecting my drugstore Conair curling iron. That's what I was doing. My hair routine is really simple, especially in postpartum. I try my best not to wash it every day because I feel like that causes more breakage and more baby fallout. I also do my best to keep it loose while I'm sleeping. So my solution for that is typically a French braid. Sometimes I don't abide by that rule and I end up in a ponytail or a bun. For those of you who sleep with your hair down, what? Do people actually do that? Do people do that? Can we confirm? Do people sleep with their hair down? We just did a quick poll of the NGL team, and it turns out that amongst the queens here, I am in the minority, like drastically in the minority, and that most people sleep with their hair down. We should do a social poll on that, please, because now I'm invested. And our next Real One comment is from @Andrea Reza, who commented on a photo of a candle labeled "Smells like Jason Kelce." She tweeted, "I feel like I need Kylie's permission to smell it." You're fucking right, you do. I'm kidding. You can smell the candle. You can smell the candle. There's a lot of people who wanted to chit chat about the clip from last week's episode where I just reminded everyone that it's mine. When you see my husband, you should hear my voice like the Finding Nemo seagulls. Mine, mine, mine. I have no idea what a Jason candle would smell like. I know it smells married. I know that. So smell at your own risk. Wouldn't it be funny if it smelled like football pads and I know when I just said football pads that it got a visceral reaction from boy moms that have football pads in the back of their car. Just like an absolute gut wrenching no. It would be funny if it smelled like a garage beer, football pads, and what else is a frequent? Oh, maybe like a leathery smell from his sandals. I mean, I think he smells nice, but that's not for you to know. That's for me to know and for you to never find out. How about that? Note for anyone curious, the Smells Like Jason candle label actually says it's a legendary mix of Mummers Parades, Philly Grit, and Always Hungry for Seconds. That is a ridiculous description. My God, what is going on? I don't think anyone wants to smell a Mummers Parade. So basically, same thing, a Mummers suit and and football pads in your trunk. I'm pretty sure smell the exact same. So just do with that what you will. Okay? That's it for Real One Comments of the Week, brought to you by Bigelow Tea. Moving on, let's get right into Doom Scroll of the Week, brought to you by Peloton. Check out the new Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com. First up on Doom Scroll, two of my favorite things, Philly sports and dogs, are joining forces. Sixers guard Tyrese Maxey has quite the side quest going on. He took two dogs through an agility course at the National Dog Show over the weekend, and I couldn't love this more. Roll the clip, Queen Emma. The dog is jumping the hurdles. It's supposed to go through the tunnel. He's almost tripping over the dog. The dog is jumping up to get the reward. And then the dog won't go through the tire, so he tosses it through, and the dog jumps through the tire to get its toy. Maxie's quote said, "I played in a lot of playoff games, played in both the Gardens. I played in Miami. I played in Brooklyn. And that's the most nervous I've been to go through something. I love this so much. First of all, love a side quest, AKA the premise of FAFO. Speaking of, I love dogs. You know what I used to watch? American Kennel Club. I do love the dog show. I love the dog show because I love hearing obscure facts, just tiny little facts about some very random breeds. And by random, that was not meant to be disrespectful. By random, I mean obscure breeds that you may not know of if you are not a frequent watcher of the of the dog show. But I love that dog show. I love it so much. And I love, for sport, guessing what type of dogs people have when they show me a picture. It excites my soul. Just last week, I'm really torn up about this. Just last week, someone showed me a picture of their dog. Her name was Crumpet, R.I.P. Crumpet. She's no longer with us, but apparently she was the most incredible dog. So shout out to her. Alex, her owner, showed me a picture. And for a second, the picture she showed me, I panicked and I was like, I think that this might be a pug cross. And if I don't say that it's a pug and this person identifies their dog as a pug, they might get offended. So I very quickly was like, oh, is she a pug? And the minute it came out of my mouth, I saw another picture and I was like, you dumb ass motherfucker. That's a Brussels. It's a Brussels Griffon. And you are a dumbass because you said a pug. I love this hobby for Maxie. I think that sometimes you got to get outside of your box. I think that you need to expand your horizons. I don't think that your entire life can be consumed by your art or the thing that you are like elite at. But no, seriously, call us because I want to fucking FAFO all over that shit immediately. Thank you. And lastly, there's a new trend on TikTok where husbands are using the Jackass theme music to set up an absurd thing they're about to go tell their wives. Queen Emma, roll the clip, please.
Hey, my name's Evan. My wife's pissed off right now, and I'm about to go tell her to calm down. Welcome to Jackass.
It's so good. Hey. Okay. Here's the thing. I grew up in the Jackass. If you don't know this, if you don't hear this music and immediately feel it in your chest that someone is about to, I don't know, jump off of a building, go flying off of like a dirt bike, that someone isn't going to try and drop in on a skateboard into like spikes. You weren't that I'm not talking to your generation. Okay. If you hear this music and you're immediately like, it's about to be some fucked up shit, just a montage of fuckery. This is the trend for us, people. Some parents are using it to describe the stuff that their kids had tantrums about too. And I wholeheartedly support that. I do believe that, someone said that they were going to turn off Paw Patrol. And that was all they needed. They said like, hey, I'm so-and-so. I'm about to go turn off Paw Patrol while my 2-year-old's watching it. Welcome to Jackass. And I get that. If you have a child and you either want to turn off something that they're into, you want to take a toy that they're currently playing with, you need to transition really in any way, shape, or form. Get in the car, get out of the car, any of it. Welcome to Jackass. You know? It's not good. It's honestly, it's bad, but it's a great way to frame it in a positive way that we're all just in an episode of Jackass. Parents Edition. So, I love this trend. Maybe we'll try this trend. We'll try. I still have to ask my husband. I say that, but I still have to ask my husband if he ever wishes he were athletic. Should I call him right now?
Hey, Kai.
Hey,
Everything all right?
are you in a meeting right now?
No, we're getting donuts.
Donuts?
Yeah.
Are they good?
I don't know. I'll tell you in a second.
Oh, can I just ask you a really quick question?
Of course.
Do you ever wish you were more athletic?
Oh, gosh. Not really. I feel like I'm pretty athletic.
Okay, that's it.
Why?
I just was curious. I think about it sometimes. I'm like, I wonder if he wishes he was more athletic.
Why? What happened?
Nothing happened. I just wanted to ask you that question. I was curious.
Are you on the podcast?
Yes,
right
I am.
Yeah, I don't know. I kind of feel.
You feel maxed out on that?
I feel like sometimes I'm so athletic, it's a burden to carry. And I wish that the expectation was lower. You know what I mean?
Sure. That makes sense. That's fair. Okay. Well, I just thought
Where is this coming from?
There's a trend on TikTok. It really catches some people off guard, but I like that you were fairly unfazed. Okay. Tell me. Okay. But text me and tell me how the donuts were.
I will.
Okay. I love you. Okay, I love you. You better play that back and find out if that man said he loved me.
Okay, I love you.
Well, that was underwhelming because I thought it did make him giggle, but I did think that he was going to get a little bit. I like that he was not defensive at all. He was just like, no, I'm good. I'm really fucking athletic. And he's not lying. That's the part that makes me mad. We got to figure out how we're going to knock him down a few notches. I mean that in a loving way, because that's my part of my job. I have to be like, not that great. Take the trash out. That's exactly how I'm going to do it. All right, that does it for Doom Scroll of the Week, brought to you by Peloton. Moving on, a brand new edition of Ask Me Some Things, because Ask Me Anything needed some fucking boundaries. Like, guys, what are we doing with this question? Someone asked, are you guys going to have more kids? What? Girl, a human being just exited my vagina. Yeah, I said vagina with my whole chest. Approximately 7 months ago. 7 months and some change. And let me tell you, you know what else I'm reminded of when I hit my chest? That my titties are still keeping her alive. How about that? How about that? You don't ask people that. Also, don't talk about having more kids. My uterus might hear you. Nobody's talking to you. Do I not seem like I have a lot on my plate right now? Stop it. Stop it. No. I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. And that's okay. But shh, you better shh. Now, the actual question I will answer from Ken Cooper 2231. I need help. Could you recommend a good 30th anniversary celebration? NGL Real One from the beginning. Oh, thanks, Ken. Okay, here's the deal. Traditional 30th anniversary gift is pearls. So I think you do a little Uno reverse on that shit, right? Where do pearls come from? That's right, the ocean. And where are the oceans? All around us, really, but also at the beach. And you know where there's great beaches? Islands. Because I'm going to tell you right now, the best anniversaries, like the best anniversary celebrations are trips. If you don't like a beach, go to one of the national parks and do some hikes and see beautiful views. I think we solved this problem for you, Ken. I think that we really nailed this. I think it's that short, sweet, and to the point. Go to the beach. Or you could wait until the summer and come to the Jersey Shore. Also, happy 30th anniversary. Jesus. Let's just pour one out for that. You guys must really love each other. And that's sweet. That's it for Ask Me Some Things. My guest, Lily Reinhardt, is coming up soon. But before that, one of my tiny humans said something insane recently, and I simply had to share it with the real ones. So let's get right into Tiny Human Question of the Week, brought to you by Perplexity. I was on the phone with Queen Emma right before bedtime, and Wyatt said to me, my mommy senses are tingling. And I said, your what? And she said, my mommy senses are tingling. And when I tried to ask her to explain what she meant, she could not. We did not arrive at what her mommy senses were or why they tingle. I have no idea. So, Queen Emma, can you please pull up Perplexity and ask, what are mommy senses? Let's see. Mommy senses refers to the phenomenon where mothers experience heightened sensory awareness, intuition, and emotional sensitivity, especially during and after pregnancy. Well, let me tell you about this. I swear on my whole life that I have mom reflexes, and they are better and more honed in after I had children. And I'm not just saying that. If something is falling, I can move like Spider-Man speed. I don't know how to explain it, but it just, and I catch things that are about to fall on tiny humans. And it's fascinating to me. From the moment a woman becomes a mother, her senses, sight, hearing, touch, taste, and smell, often become more acute. Speaking of smell, I can smell a dirty diaper, specifically from one of my children from a mile away. I don't know if it's just your nose is tuned into their brand, if you catch my drift, but I wholeheartedly know that that's the truth. Well, I feel very validated in this, just in terms of my motherhood feelings. But now I have an answer for Wyatt when she comes back to me. That's it for Tiny Human Question of the Week, brought to you by Perplexity. Coming up, Lily Reinhardt is joining me. But first, WhatsApp. The realest of real ones might remember several minutes ago, I did a very professional tease at the top of this episode about WhatsApp, and now I'm about to spill the tea. And so is Caleb Heron. That's right. I'm very excited to announce that comedian, social media icon, and former NGL guest Caleb Heron and I are teaming up once again. And it gets even better. You guys asked for it, and now we're doing it. We're bringing the NFL Piping Hot Tea alt broadcast idea to life thanks to WhatsApp and the chat. It's happening this upcoming Sunday, November 23rd, for the Chiefs-Colts game right on WhatsApp. We're going to live chat the game on WhatsApp and give you all the tea and talk about the game like the incredible reality show that it is. And you know, with Caleb, It's gonna be hilarious. Luckily for a select group of both our podcast fans, you will be able to join the group chat and see exactly what we're saying with the chat from WhatsApp and off ball. Spots are very limited, so when we drop the link, be sure to join immediately. Also, real ones, we're counting on you to send us questions to answer in the group chat. Comment with your NFLT questions on YouTube, Spotify, or any social media, and Queen Emma will give us her favorites. See you guys on Sunday, and let's go Chiefs. And Uncle Trav. I'm such a big fan of Bigelow tea, specifically their Earl Grey. I have been drinking Bigelow Earl Grey tea for a very long time. It's the only Earl Grey tea that Lil Lise likes to drink. All the real ones know by now how hectic my life can be, especially this time of year. So you know I love pairing a little nobody needs me time with a delicious cup of Earl Grey from Bigelow. I typically will take my favorite mug. Okay. It says positivity, please on it. It has the perfect rim to it because it's not too thick. It's not too thin. And I put a little bit of sugar in the bottom. I know exactly how much. I pour it directly out of the bag. And then I put a little bit from my tea kettle. I pour that into the cup and I swirl it around. Now, the tea bag is in there and the little bit of sugar is at the bottom. And so when you swirl just a little bit of hot water at the bottom, it melts the sugar and your tea bag stirs it. And then you pour the rest of the water in and you let it do its thing. And you know what the best part is? When I have tea, my kids know that I will say to them, Mom has a hot cup of tea. And then they can't launch themselves off of the couch onto me, which is really a positive. Whether it's with my mom over a cup of Earl Grey or finally getting 5 minutes to myself after bedtime, Bigelow tea has always been part of those moments that keep me grounded. Bigelow tea, take a moment just for you. She's the actress you know from her breakout role of Betty Cooper in Riverdale. You know her from Hustlers, Chemical Hearts, and now she's starring in a brand new series called Hal and Harper, streaming on Mubi. I truly can't get enough of her TikToks. She's also a fellow dog lover, and now she's not going to lie. Lily Reinhart, welcome to the show.
Yay, thank you.
I have to mention your dog in your intro because I was going down some rabbit holes preparing for this, and I love the TikToks with him. First of all, love a bearded man. On record about that.
Okay, thank you.
I'm such a sucker for bearded dogs.
He's my first bearded dog. I saw a photo of him. I was following a rescue based in Vancouver. I was thinking about getting a dog, playing with the idea of it in 2020 before it all happened. And I saw his face and it was an instant like soul to soul recognition. And he had these eyebrows that were indescribable and a little old man beard. He looked like he was maybe 10, but also a puppy at the same time. And he's the light and love of my life. And his name is Milo. And he came with the name. That's what he's from Mexico. He was already given the name. He was perfect. He was rescued from a hoarder's house in Mexico. So it was a hoarder situation and he was taken for his own safety, because he was being horribly neglected and abused. It wasn't just like, oh no, someone has a hoarding problem. It's like he was being left outside 24/7. So, anyways, light of my life.
He's living his best life now.
He's a prince.
Of course he is. Now, also congratulations on your new show, Hal and Harper.
Thank you.
New episodes are streaming now every Sunday on Mubi. First of all, and I hope you know exactly what I'm saying when I say this. Are you fucking kidding me with that trailer?
No, I actually don't know what you're saying.
Okay, let me get into it. I have 4 daughters.
Okay.
6, 4, 2, and 7 months old.
Holy shit.
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you. Immediate tears.
The show is gonna
just for the trailer. I was full mess.
Aww.
The idea that it's exploring like you guys are grown up, but still glimpses. Oh my God. I was not prepared and I proceeded to ugly cry about it because it hits so hard and so close to home. It was fucked up. And I'm very excited to watch the show.
in a way, I'm glad that it elicited such a strong reaction out of you, because I think that's the whole point, right? I think we wanted to make and by we, I mean me and my writer, director, producer, actor, co-star Cooper Rife, playing my brother in it. I think we just there's just so much content that exists. And I think the shows that stay with people and sit with them are shows like Fleabag and Normal People and I May Destroy You, and these emotional, real shows that really have something to say and make you cry. And not that, you don't go into making a show going, we're going to make people cry, because then that's just annoying. And I feel like you can spot those from a mile away. But when it's a show that has something to say, and I think this one definitely does. And it's just, I call it jokingly, but not the little show that could, because it's just been like hellish to try to get it out into the world.
Now, Hal and Harper is your first series since Riverdale, right?
It was the thing I did immediately after Riverdale. Yes.
Now, what's it been like transitioning from something that was such a big part of your life for so long?
It was it was a bittersweet, very big shift in my life. It was a 7-year journey coming to an end. And I had plans and hopes and ideas of what I wanted, my life and career and future to be after the show. And you make plans and God laughs. And that's exactly what happened. But I loved this show so much. And I felt like it was exactly the kind of thing that I wanted to do right after Riverdale. Riverdale's very, young adult and campy and heightened and high stakes and plot and no room for breath at all. And then Hal and Harper is kind of the complete opposite. And it's very raw and emotional and grounded and feels very real. And that was exactly the type of tone, project-wise, that I was looking to do. So I felt very lucky and confused in a pleasantly surprised way that it came to me right when it did. But I think it was, I don't know, the universe sending me a little gift, like a little treat after wrapping this show that was a huge part of my life. It was like, okay, now here's your next chapter. And this is this beautiful thing to start to kick that off with.
Now, as someone who enjoyed many teen dramas, I loved this quote that you gave about Riverdale. You said, call the show crazy. It gave me so much and I'm so thankful for it. What crazy teen dramas did you watch growing up?
I definitely watched Gossip Girl. What the hell was I watching back then? You know what? I wasn't watching too many TV shows. I was watching a lot of horror movies as a teenager.
Really?
Yeah. And I'm like, you're making me think I don't even know what TV shows I was watching, but I think definitely.
Because you were like, I don't need to watch it. I'm about to create the best one.
No, because I was, I don't know. I guess I would say.
What horror movies were you watching?
All of them. I was
really?
I was on a quest when I was 16 to watch the craziest, goriest, scariest horror movies that I could find. And this is because I was very depressed and I needed to, and there's like scientific research about this where like people who have depression sometimes go out of their way to watch. They like horror. They like horror movies because it like triggers something in their brain that isn't usually activated. So that was me to a T. I was trying to watch, which is kind of funny because I grew up being absolutely terrorized by horror movies and would watch them with my older sister to try to be cool with her friends. And then I would end up sleeping on my parents' floor for months at a time because I could not sleep by myself.
Sometimes you just want to like feel.
Sometimes you want to feel.
You gotta wake it up.
And it's so
with
weird.
A little shock.
It's weird because after I got off my antidepressants, I don't gravitate to horror as much as I did, or I don't actually enjoy because if acting didn't work out, something I wanted to pursue possibly was special effects makeup.
Mm-hmm.
So I was just really interested in all of that. But as soon as I kind of went off antidepressants, like when the drugs got out of my system, I felt like I was more squeamish, which was interesting.
Really?
Yeah, it was sort of like I was less numb, which makes sense. I was very much more into, like, it was so weird when I got off the pill that I was on. I got like goosebumps all the time. Like I would hear a song and it would give me goosebumps or chills, or I cry so much more easily. And it's just an interesting, and I went off of the medication because I wanted to see kind of just how I felt not being on it anymore. I'd been on it for so long. And I didn't really know if it was, one, doing anything, but two, I just wanted to see what my life looked like without it.
That's so interesting about the goosebumps specifically, because it is so much like something that I think when you experience that, you don't think too much about it until it's been a while. And then it's like, oh my.
And I was horribly sick when I weaned off the meds. It made me deeply ill. but I came
How
out
are
on
you
the
feeling
other side.
now? I was going to say that it sounds like the transition has been like good overall.
I'm someone who probably should be on meds, and I've been trying to find the right one.
Mm-hmm.
It's a trial and error. You have to give it, like a month of your life to see if it works. And I've tried a few and haven't found the right fit yet, but luckily, so I'm raw dogging it right now, which is really hard, but I don't want to, I don't know. I'm trying to be kind to my body and let nature take its course and kind of just, I don't know. I'm not in a rush to put more medication in my system, I guess.
It's very cool of you to speak about it openly, because I think that you are, like most of us, not alone in the idea of like, hey, my baseline is probably not ideal. It's not ideal. And I think we should maybe find a slight correction.
Yes. And that's a good word, baseline.
That's it. Like it really is. I think it's important to realize, like, sometimes our baseline is not, we don't have to settle for baseline, because sometimes our baseline is not cutting it.
That's exactly actually how I looked at it. I thought, day to day, I just feel like I'm a little bit below everyone else. And I would like to at least feel more even keeled, or like I can have a little bit of happiness come through.
Well, I will send you all the good vibes.
Thank you.
That department.
Thanks.
Complete curveball here to get us back on the rundown. I always say I don't get starstruck, but I definitely do get a little more nervous when I talk to certain people. I have talked about how sweaty my armpits were when I spoke to Michelle Obama specifically. Okay. That was a very sweaty episode.
Yeah.
Throughout your whole career, you've worked with a lot of big stars. Have you ever been starstruck?
Definitely. And it happened to me 2 weeks ago, not even. I was at my esthetician's about to get a facial in Beverly Hills. And Sarah Paulson is someone who I've been a fan of for, I don't know, since season 1 of American Horror Story.
Yep.
And I've been following her on Instagram forever, and she followed me back a few years ago, which I thought was a genuine mistake, because why? But she kept following me. I was like, okay, I hope she doesn't notice. And so I was sitting in the waiting room ready to get my facial, and she came out, and I was like, okay, well, we're going to finally meet. And she turns and we meet, and she goes, oh, you're so great. And I blushed really hard. Like I'm like translucent right now on this podcast video. I can't believe how pearlescent I am. It's insane. But so you can imagine when I blush, it's very noticeable.
It was screaming.
And then I'm going to throw shade to my friend Sarah, my esthetician, was in the room because she's the one who finished Sarah's facial. She goes, "You
called
are
it out.
so red right now." I was like, "You bitch." I was like, but I'm never one to kind of downplay anything. I was like, yeah, I'm a really big fan. And I said that to Sarah's face. Esthetician named Sarah and Sarah Paulson. And I just said, yes, I'm such a big fan. And I know I'm literally so red right now, but I really, I love all your work and whatever. It was a quick interaction, but I was so noticeably red. And I think that's the first time that I've ever gotten that red. But then also my friend went out of her way to point it out that I was red, which I think probably made it significantly worse, but I leaned into it, whatever. I don't care. I was but I was so glad to have met her, and I'm such a large fan of her work. I think she's absolutely incredible, and have been, I've known her since I was forever. So it felt like, I still get, I was at the Governor's Awards last night looking around the room at everyone. I did, in 2019, I think when I went to the Met, I shook hands with Lady Gaga, and I think I just remember she said, "Nice to meet you." And I was like, "Oh, it's nice to meet you too." And, it was
You thought about that for a while afterwards.
I thought about it for a second. But I was like, it's Lady Gaga. That happens to her, I imagine, every day of her life or all the time. So I didn't feel that.
That's such a good way to put that into perspective of like, I can't be the only one that's just like shaking meeting you. It's fine.
But I also, it's fine. I don't know. I think being embarrassed is kind of, I've had it happen. I've been on the receiving end of it, and I think it's really charming.
I was going to say, I do think it is such a genuine way to know that someone is excited about meeting you.
Yeah, of course.
To be able to see that excitement for esthetician Sarah to call out your beet red face. Obviously, you're like, hey, act natural, pretend like I'm always this red. It's not weird.
There
but
was
at the
no
same time,
pretending.
it's like,
There was no pretending.
At the same time, though, it's like you're flushed because it's like you're meeting someone that you are genuinely so excited to get to interact with and to get to have the opportunity to say like, hey, I'm a huge fan.
Yeah,
I think so cool.
Yeah, it's like rare. When do you ever get to meet the people that you really look up to? So I don't know. I was fine being my little bashful self, blushing self, I guess.
Break through the busiest time of the year with the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus powered by Peloton IQ. It's cross training reimagined with features built to help you reach your goals effortlessly. My workout goals right now, doing a workout, but Peloton makes it easy because not only can I do it on my Tread Plus, but I can also do it in the app, which really saves my butt some days. And I've said it before and I'll say it again. I absolutely love that I can accomplish more in less time with Peloton. The classes are quick and easy, but also they have every different time increment you could possibly need. And that means that I can squeeze a workout in whenever I have a couple minutes. The new Cross Training Tread Plus also has a very cool swivel screen so you can go from a 45-minute hot girl walk to Pilates or a 5-minute stretch session off of it, all with a spin of the screen. Plus, with personalized plans, plus insights and guidance, Peloton IQ helps you unlock new breakthroughs. Let yourself run, lift, sculpt, push, and go. Explore the new Peloton Cross Training Tread Plus at onepeloton.com. Real ones, you know very well. I have 2 looks. That's right, just 2. It's either athleisure or jeans. That's it. So you can imagine the absolute fear and panic that radiates throughout my entire body when I remember I have a holiday party to go to and feel like I have nothing to wear. If you go through the same struggle each year like I do, Macy's has you covered. You can book a free styling session at Macy's with a personal stylist who can help you pull together pieces that make getting dressed feel fun and festive, not stressful. They are experts at bringing your holiday outfit vision to life and can curate party outfits with all of the decadent details. They're also experts on the brands you love, plus exciting new ones you'll be glad you discovered. Also, if you need your outfit shipped, Macy's personal stylist can handle that too. You'll even get 20% off your purchase from your first session with a personal stylist. Plus, Macy's Parade of Deals is going on now, so you can score amazing offers on jewelry, fragrances, and accessories to complete the look. Book an appointment with a personal stylist today at Macys.com and get 20% off your first purchase. Like I mentioned earlier, I definitely went down a TikTok rabbit hole before this, and I'm glad I did because there's quite a few things I need to ask you about, if that's okay.
Please do. I'm reapplying my lip balm while you ask me.
Perfect. First of all, I love how much you love the movie Shrek. You have multiple TikToks dedicated to this passion, including one where you went to a Shrek rave.
Yes, I did.
Queen Emma, can we show? Yeah. Yes.
I love hearing this in my headphones.
It's so good.
I was invited to that rave by someone I know, and I said,
"How were you going to pass that up?"
Oh, well, I wasn't, and thank God I was. Thank God I was in town and available, because I think there was another one in LA this year. They're like yearly, and I was in New York and I couldn't go. But I, gathered what I could of a Farquaad costume, and gathered up my boyfriend and one of my best friends, and we went and it could have been better. No offense to Shrek Rave. I found like the music wasn't, and I'm not a club person. I don't like clubs, but like when the music's not loud enough, so it's just kind of an awkward volume. It was a little bit of that. And then not enough of that kind of song. Like I want to hear "What Are You Doing in My Swamp" remix blasting. Yes. And I want to be dancing my little heart out. And it just kind of wasn't that. It wasn't the music I was hoping it would be. So I think, yeah, I would love to go again in the future if the opportunity comes along, and hopefully maybe we can get some more ravey Shrek music.
I do think with the music being as good as it is, the fact that they have not leaned into that harder at the rave feels like a missed opportunity.
I agree. I think there should be harder Shrek rave music at the Shrek rave. So okay. I'm leaving that out there. That's good
feedback. Now, next thing from Lily TikTok rabbit hole. I think I speak for myself and my husband when I say incredible work with the Halloween costume this year. Queen Emma, the clip, please. Such a good transition.
Thank you. A lot of people didn't know who the hell I was, which is fine. But
in our house, I have to know who this is because I don't know if you've seen this, but my husband has that exact sweater.
It's an iconic film, and he's an incredible character, the dude. And I have a little list of notes on my phone of Halloween costumes that I want to do, like in my life.
Yes.
And that was one that was on the list for like 2 years. I bought a fake beard off of Amazon, and then I got gray paint, like face paint, and I was taking an eyebrow brush and brushing the beard to get it to turn gray, to get his right shade.
Sounds like you were leaning into that alternative profession that you talked about earlier. You were channeling your special effects makeup artist.
Oh yeah. Well, I used to do a lot of that. Like I love to it's like a face paint. Like I love to paint things on my face, but my skin is so sensitive and I have such annoying acne prone skin that I usually don't go out of my way to do that anymore. Like the second I can take my makeup, as soon as we're done here, makeup's coming off. Like skin's gotta breathe. I don't want any makeup. I had to do a morning talk show this morning, so I've been in glam for a minute now. I'm like, we got to get the skin breathing.
Oh my God, let's get you out of it. Let's keep going so we can get you out of it.
I'm in no rush.
So speaking of makeup, I did recently read that you've been doing your own makeup since the middle of the show's run on Riverdale.
Yeah.
Is that right?
Yeah. Since like season 3, I started to do my own makeup, but I've just always loved makeup. Like, I think I enjoy doing it. So I don't know. I guess
How did you learn?
I
Just by doing?
Well, I watched a lot of YouTube tutorial. Like, I grew up in the age of YouTube makeup tutorials, and I would go to MAC and buy a $20 eyeshadow that I shouldn't have been spending the money on. And I would go to Sephora and my whole hand would be covered in swatches.
It's so funny. I firmly believe that kids nowadays are missing out on the YouTube tutorial moment that we were able to capitalize on.
It was pretty incredible. They were really selling me. Like, I didn't know how much I was going, well, I need that. Like, I need that MAC eyeshadow, and I won't be able to do this look without that.
Now, in response to your skincare, you actually started your own line called Personal Day to help with that. Is that true?
Yeah, I launched a skincare line a year ago called Personal Day that is targeted or made specifically for people with acne-prone and sensitive skin in mind, because there's a lot of bad products out there that are expensive and claim that they're great for everyone, but they actually break you out. And so I was called to and inspired to create a line that was, had no acne triggering ingredients. And it's been a really beautiful, fun, challenging, inspiring project. It's not a project. It's a huge pillar of my life and my career now.
I do think it's so important that something that I'm sure impacted your life so heavily with having sensitive skin or acne prone skin or breakout or eczema or whatever it was, to answer that call for yourself, knowing how much it probably impacts other people. It's like creating this something that other people can enjoy because you know how much it impacted you.
It's the only reason why I wanted to do it. I said no to many other opportunities to, like, at a certain point, people go, do you want a brand? Like, when you reach a certain, Instagram following. And I always said no, I wasn't interested in that. It seemed like a waste of, what do I have anything to do with a company? But then when I, found that I could actually bring these products to market in this specific way of being very mindful of these acne triggering ingredients and making a line top to bottom that doesn't have those, that was really what was a game changer for me as someone who had acne since I was 12. And I know firsthand how bad acne can affect your mental health. And back then, I was in high school without a pimple patch, couldn't cover that shit up. Just had my gross, like, concealer that was sitting on top of my volcanic cystic pimple in the middle of my face. So I just think I really know, and I still had I'm 29. I still have acne. So I know how it feels to wake up, and sometimes I wake up, like if it's on the day of a big event, I'll immediately touch my forehead when I wake up to make sure I didn't have a pimple come up overnight because of how
ingrained it is in your routine.
Yeah, it's just how traumatized I am from that experience of, oh my God, I have this thing on my face and it's destroying my day. And I've canceled plans because of my skin, and like I got bangs when I was a freshman in high school to cover my acne, and they looked horrible. I'm not supposed to have bangs. My hair was not, I have like very frizzy, fine, bad hair.
You made more work for yourself.
Oh my God. Yeah. I was like, canceling out the acne by putting my oily ass bangs on my forehead and making it worse. I wish someone would have told me when I was a teenager that I didn't need to feel ashamed of my skin, and that it was so normal and fine, and that no one was caring about my pimple more than me. And I could just go about my day without worrying about people's opinions of my skin. And I feel like it is such a thing where And I notice other people do it, and I definitely did it and still do it too. If I have a pimple, if I'm going out for lunch with someone and I have a pimple, I go, oh, I have this pimple on my face, by the way. Like, let's get the elephant out of the room. It's, with women, if I gain a few pounds or whatever, it's like the first thing you say is, yeah, I mean, I'm not looking too good right now. It's like an instinct to share when you think you don't look good. So you beat others to the punch before they can say it about you. You say it about yourself. And I think it's sort of this weird protective measure, that I notice in myself and I notice in other people. And I think, I wish we didn't do that. And I wish we didn't have that, like, wiring in us to kind of acknowledge what's wrong with us first, so other people don't. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, absolutely. I do it all the time. I could tell you times where I did it about a zit. Mm-hmm. Where specifically, like, I would get the same ones in the same area, we'll say about the same time every month. Mm-hmm. And I would get them, like, deep ones that would, like, take a couple days, and then all of a sudden it's staring at you like a third eye. And I would be like, I'm not growing a horn. It's just a zit. And like, they didn't think I was growing a horn. Why am I talking about it? We all know it's there. Right. I am absolutely someone who did that. Yeah. And I do think it's silly, because then it's like, why did we have to be self-deprecating about something that we have absolutely no control over? Yeah. I cannot thank you enough for coming on and chatting today. It has been an absolute pleasure to chat with you, and I cannot wait to dive into Helen Harper. Make sure to check it out now. New episodes are streaming every Sunday on Mubi. The show finale airs Sunday, November 30th.
Thank you so much for having me.
Thank you. And that's a wrap on another episode of Not Gonna Lie. You can find even more clips from my longer conversation with Lily on my YouTube channel on More Shit Monday. I'll be back on Tuesday with a brand new episode. Remember, it's the solo Thanksgiving special, so please send in all your questions for me to answer.